adventurers, are you ready to see my Shogun collection?
Let's go! Keep living the adventure. Axis of Awesome. What's up, adventurers? Tonight, on this Japanese July finale, we're going to be sharing all of Ollie's Shogun Warrior collection. This is going to be dope, and it's going to be awesome,
Hey, Mom.
and I think you guys are going to love it. And all I need is some more water from his mom. You ready to do it? Let's go.
Yeah!
What's up, adventurers? Welcome to another collection close-up. Tonight we're going to be sharing all of Ollie's Shogun Warrior figures. If you guys aren't familiar, the Shogun Warriors are actually called Jumbo Machinders. They're a Japanese import from the 1970s by a company called,
I thought you got, like, Dragoon or Raiden first.
Nope. We're going to find out the history of this collection for you tonight. So anyways, they were a collection of robots from Japan made by a company called Popey, which I believe was later, or maybe owned by Bandai. I can't really remember. But anyways, highly popular. Mattel licensed them in the United States under the name Shogun Warriors. That's what we know them as. And tonight, like I said, we're going to share our collection of figures with you. So way back in 2018, when Ollie has yet to hatch out of the womb, I thought about getting him a Shogun Warrior. I never had any as a kid. And I found this first one here, which is Great Mazinger. This is, I think, version 2, if I'm correct. Great Mazinger. This is an American Mattel Shogun Warrior. I got him from a dude in Indianapolis. I got it for a really good price. He was missing the missile fist, I believe. No, wait, actually he did have the missile fist, but he was missing his swords and he was missing his brain condor. So for you guys who aren't familiar, the ship that Great Mazinger has in his head is called the brain condor. So I reached out to Shogun Plastics. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna let you talk about it here in a second, okay? Anyways, so I reached out to Shogun Plastic. It was also missing the missiles, and Derek was gracious enough to supply me with all the reproduction equipment I needed. I got these blood red missiles, which I think are super dope. A cool accent on this figure. And this is my Shogun Warrior. This is not currently part of Ollie's collection. This is mine, and yeah, Ollie, would you like to say anything about Great Mazinger, Dad's Great Mazinger?
This is like half Dad's, half mine.
Oh.
Because we usually share it.
Okay.
In our battles, I usually use it.
Right, you do.
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody what you thought when you first saw one of these robots in Dad's workshop when you were little?
I thought, I would wear them.
He did. Ollie came down to my workshop and saw these and instantly became attached to the Shogun Warriors, and which is really cool because they're really cool, and he's been enamored with those ever since. So this is the first one we got. Shout out to that dude in Indianapolis. I don't remember your name. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. But this is our original first Shogun we got. I never had these as a kid. And this is Great Mazinger. I will say that this was version 2 before Mattel started to cater to all the snowflake kids. It still has the pointy chest burn, and it still has the missile firing action. Later on, a lot of parents started to sue Mattel and other companies for their dangerous toys because their kids were idiots. That being said, let's move on. Yep.
I bet why they sued Dad, because...
Yeah, because the chest burn totally could burn your eyes out. Anyways, let's... Oh, you can poke your eye. Yes, you can poke your eye out with this thing if you were not careful, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to our next Shogun warrior. All right, gang, we're back. So, after I got the Great Mazinger figure, I started to do what I normally do when I become obsessed with things. I started searching around everywhere for Shogun warriors, and I found these 3 figures on Craigslist in Bloomington, Indiana, back in 2019. It was the summer of 2019, for sure, yeah. Summer of 2019. These were him and his brothers when they were little, and he actually was gracious enough to ship these to me. So he shipped all 3 to me, and again, like with the Great Mazinger figure, they were all missing certain components, and we'll talk about each of those here in a second. But he shipped them from Bloomington, so I think I paid around $200 altogether for all 3 of these shipped, which is insane when you think about it. So if you guys are familiar with Shogun Warriors, let that process in your head. $200 for all 3 of these figures shipped from Bloomington, Indiana. So we got the first figure. Yeah.
That's actually a cheap price.
That is a great cheap price. So the first one we got was Mighty Brave Raiden, which is one of my favorite all-time Shogun Warrior figures. Let's put him over there. We got Dragoon, which all you horror experts and horror aficionados out there, this was in the Amityville Horror in the basement. And then we got a version 3 of Great Mazinger. You can see it's been dumbed down. His chest burn's been removed in lieu of a decal, so kids don't poke their eyes out. So, like I said, all 3 were missing accessories. And again, Derek from Shogun Plastics came through. I got a brand new star shooter here for Dragoon, and then we got his sword, or his throwing axes, which we don't have in this review. I mean, if you've seen some of my videos on these, you'll know what I'm talking about. We have the swords, which aren't in Mazinger. We got those. We got a brand new missile fist. We got brand new missiles. We got what I call the green photon missiles, which are super dope. Derek makes all different colors of missiles. Now, in the version 3, yeah.
Those are like toxic missiles.
Those are toxic missiles, according to Ollie. So in version 3, the brain condor is not removable because it's giant, and who knows, some kid might choke on it. Ha ha. And then, of course, we got Brave Raiden here. Normally, Brave Raiden would come with a firing fist, but I actually had Derek make me a bow fist for this. And it took a while. I ordered all these in the fall of 2019, and of course, I didn't get them till 2020 when the scamdemic hit, and I was laid up in bed actually with the flu, and these came in the mail, so it took me about a week or 2 to process these. But these are super cool, and these are, along with the first Great Mazinger, are the first ones that Ollie saw when he was a kid. Ollie, you want to talk about these? Hold on, Ollie's got to go do something. He's going to play with the Hot Wheel while I'm talking. So, Ollie, talk about each one of these. Let's tell everybody a little bit about Brave Raiden, which is probably your first favorite Shogun. What do you like about Brave Raiden?
I like about his talk style, like when he transforms into a jet.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I bet kids had to poke their eye out with this.
Probably, yeah, if they weren't careful, I guess. So you loved Brave Raiden. That was the first one I let you bring upstairs and play with as a kid. Oh, yeah. He actually shoots the missile out of his chest. It's actually a very powerful missile.
Kids, remember to not shoot that right in your eyeball.
Absolutely. So tell everybody about this Great Mazinger. This is your Great Mazinger.
Mine.
I'll move him over. Tell everybody about this Great Mazinger. What do you think about him?
I think he's pretty cool, along with the chest burn, because he's pretty just cool, and I like the toxic radioactive missiles, and I like his pew pew.
His missile fist, yep. Pew pew fist, yep.
No.
Yep. This is a reproduction missile fist by Shogun Plastics. They make reproduction ones. They're really cool. So tell everybody about Dragoon. Now, Dragoon was the other one that you brought upstairs to play with. What do you think about Dragoon?
Ooh. I think he's pretty cool, like Mazinger, but he has the lightning decals and that Japanese writing, like all of them do on your belts. And he has this star shooter and this axe shooter. Looks like he's been to the mines.
Yeah, he has been to the mines. So these are the next 3 Shoguns that we got, and these are the ones that Ollie actually started playing with first. So these are pretty close to us as far as our collection goes. All right, guys. So here is the next Shogun we added our collection. So I got this guy during COVID. I found it on Etsy, super cheap. I think it was like $100. It was missing. The fist, and his little missile that shoots out of his chest. But it was a really good shape one. I believe this is like a version 2 or 3 because he doesn't have the flip up shoulder pauldrons. But I actually found a really nice missile fist that came with Raiden originally right here on eBay for a really cheap price during COVID as well, shockingly. And this is a really cool figure. Now this is mine, again, just like the original Great Mazinger, but Ollie's basically taken this from me and made it his own. And it's a really cool figure. We love the, do you remember what this fist is called? Iron Cutter. This is called the Iron Cutter fist, and this thing is super bad A. It'll blow up a lot of stuff and cut through a lot of bad guys. Ollie, you want to tell anybody about this figure? Oh, do you remember what this thing's called?
I think it was called Shield something.
It's the Godbreaker. So yeah, Raiden has this really cool knife deal here called the Godbreaker with a shield on it. Raiden's just a cool figure. I love this figure. Want to tell me anything else about him?
It's kind of like the Mazinger Dad has because it's half his, half mine.
Right. Yeah, we share a couple of these. We have joint custody of a couple of our Shogun Warrior Jumbo Machinders. What's your favorite part about this figure?
The shooty-wooty. I like the jets very much because they shoot.
Yeah, the little jets that shoot out of his chest are really cool. This one's not nearly as, it doesn't shoot really as well as the other Raiden. Let's try it again. I know it actually does. But this is a great figure. This is one of our favorites as well. And when we have our giant Shogun Warrior battles, this thing always makes an appearance. Am I right, dude? He's flying it right back over here. All right, let's move on to the next Shogun Warrior. All right, welcome back, gang. This is the next Shogun Warrior we added our collection, and I don't think he needs any introduction. Ollie, can you tell everybody who this is?
It's Stubby Tail.
Who is it?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. He is the toughest, baddest, biggest monster. He's tougher than anyone else. He's tougher than Sonic. He's tougher than Golden Sonic. He's tougher than all the other characters in Ollie's world. Ollie's going to his room to get something. Anyways, so I got this guy off of eBay, again, for a really good price. I got him for like $90, I think, back in 2020 or 2021. I can't remember. But the caveat to it, all the claws in his feet were completely destroyed. He did have his firing fist, but the stud on the inside was really damaged. His lever was broken off, which is the case with a lot of these Godzilla figures. Oh, Ollie's bringing a couple of his characters. Oh, it is Golden Sonic and Golden Shadow here. he wants to let me know that they are tougher than Godzilla.
Hey.
Yes.
Could you do your little fight? I'm doing that right in my eyes. Why are you stuck?
Anyways, so he was also missing the tail. We did find a tail on eBay, but it turned out to be pretty damaged. So recently I got a brand new 3D printed firing stud for the fist and a brand new 3D printed tail from Derek at Shogun Plastics. And of course you've seen my video of restoring this Godzilla. And this thing's awesome, an iconic figure. When the guy shipped it to me, he mispriced the shipping. He didn't really realize how much it was going to cost to ship it. And that's his problem. So he ended up taking it apart, which I was like super skeptical about because I figured he would damage it. But we got it put back together, and this is one of our favorite figures. And of course, Ollie loves this guy a lot. You want to say anything about Godzilla?
He's not tougher than Golden Sonic or Golden Shadow.
Yes. In Ollie's universe, Golden Sonic and Golden Shadow are the toughest of all time. We've asked ChatGPT several times if you would consider that a good source. Who would win a fight between all these different monsters against Golden Sonic and Golden Shadow? And shockingly, every time those two guys win. So this is our Godzilla figure. Again, an iconic figure of the Shogun Warriors line. I don't believe they sold this one in Japan. I could be wrong.
Sonic is stronger than Silver Surfer because if he gets the Master Emerald, he can turn like hyper. And
this is actually turned into a Sonic episode as well. So this is a cool figure. I love the Godzilla, the Shogun Warriors Godzilla, and we love having this guy in our collection as well, don't we? Yep, we do. Alright, welcome back, guys. So here's where the water gets a little murky. I'm probably going to get the order of these messed up. But anyways, when we started watching Shogun Warrior videos on YouTube, we also discovered Iron Man 28, known as Tetsujin 28 or Gigantor. And Ollie loved that cartoon. He started to watch it in the Japanese version because they don't have an English dub version with subtitles. And I would read the subtitles to him. And he absolutely loved this figure. I actually got him a small little Japanese PVC figure of this guy. And this is one of his favorite all-time characters. Am I right? Yep. So I started looking for these. Oh, thank you. I started looking for these on eBay, and they were ridiculously expensive. They went all over the price range. And when he was getting out of his first year of preschool, I actually bought one in Japan on eBay. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would have used Syndico auctions and found one a lot cheaper, but I didn't know about it then. And it was missing. His missile firing fist, his missiles, and his jetpack, and he had his shoulder or his mohawk up here damaged. I bought it. I'm not even going to tell you how much I bought it for because I'm a little bit ashamed. But I bought it with the intent to spend that whole summer restoring it for his birthday. And I did, and there's a video of it, a really good video of it. And this is, I thought at the time this would be our last Shogun, but obviously it wasn't. So Ollie, tell them about Tetsujin 28 and why you love him so much. Okay.
Look how big he is compared to these Lego power lines. They are like super small to him.
It's a good point.
And he could just crush these cars with his foot. It's
good
like
point.
almost as tall, as long as his truck. See?
Yeah, his foot is, yeah.
Well, what I really like about him, he resembles me with my summer mohawk.
He does, actually.
He has a jetpack.
He does have a jetpack.
He has a firing fist.
He does have firing fist. We don't have the firing fist on there right now. We just have his regular fists on there. And again, we shout out to Derek at Shogun Plastics. He helped us put this thing together and get it restored. And I gave it to Ollie for, I want to say it was his 5th birthday. It was his 5th birthday. And it was really cool. You know, I spent a little bit of money restoring this guy, but this is one of my favorite Shoguns in our collection. And we love Tetsugen 28, don't we?
I'm just teasing with you.
He's just teasing me. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, gang! Alright, gang, so here is our next Shogun warrior. This is Mattel's Shogun Skeletor Golden Havoc Edition. A few years ago, I bought one of these with the intent of giving it to Ollie for Christmas. I gave it to him on Christmas Eve, and it's not a bad figure. It is a traditional Shogun made by Mattel, 24 inches tall, but it's pretty much kind of the disappointing figure. This is the one I use in all of our battles. He's the commander of all my kaijus, my monsters that I fight Ollie Shoguns with. And he's not a great figure. Aside from looking really cool, all the firing missiles and firing fists are not very good on him. He's got a really limp firing fist. Ollie, do you want to fire it for everybody to show him?
Yeah, I'm going to fire it at the camera.
Yep. Go ahead and demonstrate the terrible firing fist. That is super weak.
Watch out where you're shooting.
That is super weak sauce. The missile firing Havoc staff is not much better. Again, super disappointing. These were fairly expensive when they came out, but I've seen a lot of people now unloading them for a lot less than what they bought them for because it's just a substandard Shogun wear. That being said, he is part of our collection, and we do enjoy having him on there, don't we? Is there anything you want to say about Skeletor?
I'm getting impressed with him. His dumbass flying fist.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next Shogun warrior. All right, guys, welcome back. So here is our next two Shoguns. So after the Christmas where I got Ollie the I think Shogun Skeletor, I was messing around feeling kind of froggy on eBay, and I actually managed to find two more Shoguns for really good prices at the time. And this is the first one we got. Do you know who this guy is, Ollie?
Daimos I got from my ear when I got my tubes. I still have one.
Correct.
This year.
I bought Daimos and I bought Gaiking both, and I restored them in secret. And the first one I gave to Ollie when he got his tubes in his ears for being such a good patient. And I can't remember when I gave you Gaiking. I think I gave you for some other medical procedure you had that you're really good. Ollie doesn't like going to the doctor very much. Actually, he's really good at it, but sometimes you're going to bribe him. But anyways, we got both these guys. They're really cool figures. I had to have Derek at Shogun Plastics make me a new firing fist shroud for Daimos, and of course new missiles right here as well. You've seen those in some of my previous videos. And of course Gaiking, the mechanism in here that fires, I bought a 3D printed replacement one, but it is since broken, so we need to get a new one. But he did come with his firing fist, and he's great as well. I have replacement missiles for him. And these are really cool. These are really cool Shogun Warrior figures. Do you want to say anything about these guys while we're sitting here? Let's put you tell everybody what you think of these two guys while Dad sits back here.
Well, this guy, he does.
All right, we're back. We had to cut that. We had to do a little edit. Ollie kind of overstepped his bounds with some words. So anyways, let's talk about these guys.
He has a jerk. What? He doesn't have a jerk firing fist like Skeletor.
How about we say he has a terrible fire? Doesn't have a terrible one like Skeletor. Fire it off. Very powerful firing fist.
I'll go get it.
Okay, go grab it. Come on back.
And
Let's tell them about Daimos, how cool he is. You really love Daimos. Daimos is one of your favorites.
So he turns in a jet too, and he has a moving arm like Gaiking, but he also has a firing fist, but
Another really strong firing fist, which if you're going to have a Shogun warrior, you got to have a strong firing fist, right, buddy? Sorry, we shot. Just bring it over here and I'll put it back together. Yep. So this is Daimos and Gaiking. These were our next Shogun warrior figures that I got for Ollie. And they're pretty awesome, aren't they? Ollie's got to take a potty break. We'll be back with the next Shogun warriors. All right, gang, welcome back. So this is our next Shogun warrior. This is one of our all-time favorites, and I think one of Ollie's all-time favorite figures. He's actually on Ollie's shirt right now. Ollie, who is this?
oh, easy, Grendizer.
Tell him about Grendizer.
So, he doesn't have a firing fist like Mazinger, but he does have a strong
Missile fist.
missile fist. Let me demonstrate.
That's pretty strong.
Let's see the white one go.
That's pretty strong.
That looked like Gaiking.
So we, again, if you guys believe in manifestation, I was not looking for one of these, and it just showed up one day on eBay for another dumb price. And I don't even know if the guy knew what he had, but it was missing. He was missing this portion here. I can't remember what it's called right now. And he was missing his missile fist and all of his missiles, and also he was missing these. You know what these things are called? Harkins, the double Harkins. So again, I reached out to Derek at Shogun Plastics. Derek came through. You can show him how that works. And Derek sent me all new replacement pieces for this guy. And I gave this to Ollie for his last day of his last year at preschool. And when we picked him up from preschool, this guy was sitting in the car waiting for him because he did such an amazing job at preschool. So that's what we got him. This cool UFO robot Grendizer. We just actually found out the other day in a toy show in Tokyo that this is Bandai's next reproduction jumbo Machinder. Will be the Japanese version of this figure, and we'll probably have to add that to our collection, right?
Right? Yep. And we're gonna get AB style Grendizer.
Correct. We do have AB style Grendizer coming. We'll do a review of him when he gets here. Unfortunately, he was not here in time for this awesome Shogun Warrior video. Let's move on to the next Shogun, which is one of Ollie's all-time favorites. All right, guys, welcome back. So this is the next Shogun Warrior collection. This was a present from Santa Claus a couple Christmases ago for Ollie, and this is the Toy Nami Skull Leader Shogun Warrior figure. This is a really cool figure. Santa Claus left this for Ollie as a surprise. It was a secret surprise that Ollie had to go to his playroom and find. Ollie, tell him about this guy. Hold on, Ollie's actually playing during this. Tell him about the Veritech Skull Leader.
Veritech Skull Leader doesn't have a missile launcher for a fist. He actually has a gun.
He has a rifle, doesn't he?
Da, 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 da.
Yep. He has a rifle. You've seen the review of this guy, hopefully. He has the two wings that go up with the missiles. Ollie's going to demonstrate it. You can shoot it at the camera if you want. There you go. And I'm sorry, not Grendizer. Skull Eater also has a firing fist as well, and it's a pretty nice firing fist.
Fire.
A lot of it, fire it? Okay. It's a little bit hard to fire, but we'll do it.
I can't fire.
It's got a really powerful firing fist, I'm not going to lie to you. Better than some of the new ones, but Toynami actually made 2 different versions of these. Do you have his missile? Toynami made 2 different versions of these. There's also the standard Robotech fighter jet version, which we don't have. Maybe we'll get sometime, we'll see. But this is probably, I would say, Ollie, is this your favorite?
No.
This is not your, okay. This, at one time, this was your favorite though, wasn't it? Yeah. This was Ollie's favorite Shogun, I think, up until recently, which we'll discover that here in a few seconds. But this is a really cool figure. Again, Toynami made these. A little bit overpriced, but we don't, oh, thank you, buddy. Don't thank me, thank Santa Claus. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the next Shogun Warrior figure. So here's our next figure that we got. So when this first was announced by Subpar 7, I was really excited. I really love Godzilla franchise. Mecha Godzilla is such a cool, iconic figure. So when Subpar 7 announced that they were going to do this Mecha Godzilla figure, I got pretty excited. I pre-ordered it. It was pricey. When it came in, other than looking okay, it was a real disappointment in a lot of ways. It is on my villain team. It has missile firing fists that are super weak. Not as weak as Skeletor, but super close. But I think what the most annoying thing about it is Subpar 7 came out with this figure, and then a year later they go ahead and release a metallic silver version. Why not just release that at the beginning and just skip this version here? But this is the one we have. Now, I'm disappointed. I don't know if Ollie is. Ollie, tell him about Mecha Godzilla, what you think about him. I didn't put his missiles in there because they're so weak. Anyways, tell him about Mecha Godzilla a little bit.
Mecha Godzilla is a replaced robot of regular Godzilla.
Correct.
Like that green guy.
Yep. And they scale, I mean, it's almost the same scale as that Godzilla, like 18 inches. I have a review of this as well on my channel, but again, really disappointing. The decal, everything about this figure is kind of disappointing. So that's me. Ollie doesn't mind him. I'm more picky about stuff. So that is Mecha Godzilla, and now we're gonna move on to, I would guess, Ollie's favorite figures. So stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. So here is our next figure. This is probably Ollie's favorite until recently. For Christmas this past year, Ollie got this guy here, and this is Mazinger Z. This is the Bandai reproduction of the figure, and this is an absolutely amazing jumbo Machinder figure. And also, do you want to show this guy too? Or you gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait.
He's gonna wait. So this is a really cool figure. I love these Bandai reproduction figures quite a bit. They're very well made. They have a lot of really cool features and upgrades over the original ones. I believe the first figure that Popey made was Mazinger Z, and then it followed up with some Kamen Rider figures, I believe, and then moved on to like Great Mazinger, Raiden, General Daimos, blah, 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 blah. Probably got the order messed up. We got stuffed toys coming in here that I didn't think were going to be part of this review, but now they are. But anyways, Ollie, tell them about Mazinger Z. Hold on, Ollie's got other things going on apparently right now.
Mazinger's really cool. Also, he has the pokey ones like
chest burn. He's got the traditional chest burn, the non-kid friendly chest burn. He's got double firing fists. What's this called in his head?
the brain condor.
Nope, that's the hover powder.
I just like to go.
Yeah. So
Let's see how these work. Alright.
not bad firing fists.
It's it.
Again, not bad firing fists. Not as powerful as what we wanted to be, but more powerful than some of the other reproduction figures. Again, he came with, hand those to Dad and I'll put him back on there. He came with a slew of weapons. He came with double firing missile fists. And, of course, the firing fists here. And missiles. Now, Bandai is also making a metal, die-cast metal hover powder, which we do have hopefully coming at some point. And they're magnetically able to attach to the top of the head here. So that'll be cool. So, also, Ollie got from France this plushie Mazinger Z, which is what he sleeps with, along with some of his other stuffed toy friends.
And one is the most biggest one of all.
What is that? Oh, he just got this on our vacation. You can go ahead and show everybody the Pacific Octi. And this is Ollie's best friend since he was a baby. This is Mau Mau. So they actually made it into the review, shockingly. You want to tell them about the octopus? You want to give them some octopus facts?
Well, the leader of all my octopuses I got is called Mega Octi.
Okay.
You want me to show you?
Sure, go get Mega Octi and show us. I hope you don't knock everything down. So we're going to go ahead and show off Mega Octi. This was a Shogun Aware review, but this is actually turning into a let's review everything in Ollie's room. So we've had Sonic, Golden Shadow. Here he comes. This is the leader of all of Ollie's octopuses. Is it octopi or octopus? Is it octopi, Ollie, or octopuses?
I think it's called octopuses.
Okay, come on over here. Let's show everybody who this guy is.
Look at him.
This is Mega Octi. This is Ollie's giant octopus. Right here you can see Mega Octi has defeated all my bad Shoguns several times. He is the leader of Ollie's octopuses and probably the leader of Ollie's plushies. You need to tell about Mau Mau, or are we good here?
He just meows.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, this is Mau Mau. Anyways, so there you go. This has been a review of Mazinger Z. So let's move on to the next figure. All right, guys. So we're almost done. When Ollie graduated kindergarten this year, Dad got him the newest Bandai reproduction Jumbo Machinder, and that is who, Ollie? You know who this is.
Mazinger?
Great Mazinger. This is probably the gold standard of Jumbo Machinders right now. It's probably the coolest one they've made so far. It comes with the removable brain condor. I believe this is called the Jet Scrambler, or is it I think it's the Jet Scrambler. I'm probably messing it up. Anyways, he comes with his jetpack. This is really, really cool. He has the dual swords. He comes with a big chrome sword. You've seen my review of this guy. Double firing fists, double missile fists. Such a cool figure. We couldn't wait to add this to our collection, and we're really fortunate enough to get him. Ollie, you want to tell him about Great Mazinger a little bit? I think Ollie's wearing down.
All these plushies make me tired.
All these plushies are making him tired. I didn't know why they even came out. But anyways, you like this guy a lot, don't you?
Yeah. So he has he has this,
Is it the Jet Scrambler? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's the Jet Scrambler.
Oh yeah, this is the Jet Scrambler, and then Mazinger Z has the Scramble Dash. I think that's right. Yeah, he can use this as a weapon. He has the double firing fists. He has his swords that come out of his sides. This is just a great figure.
Yeah, and he has a stupid sword, but might as well this can use it as a weapon too, but none of the other Mazingers, they don't have this.
Nope. Nope. This is probably our, like I would say, out of all of our Shogun Warriors, this is probably our best one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But, like I said, we just found out that Bandai is doing a reproduction of Grendizer, and we also have Jumbo Super Robot Mach Baron coming next year. And I think that'll be a really cool figure, along with our AB style Grendizer, which we're going to get as well. So we're going to pause the video, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about 2 other figures that are among Ollie's favorite, and they're going to wrap this thing up. So stay tuned. All right, gang. So we're back with, I guess we'll call these honorable mention Shoguns. They're not technically jumbo Machinders in the vein of the Japanese robots, but these are a gift from one of the friends of my channel, one of my good friends actually out there in California, Mr. Roberto Acevedo, sent me and Ollie these Mexican bootleg figures of great Mazinger and Mazinger Z. Yeah. Okay.
This one stands up really bad. This one stands up really good.
Yeah, they're a little bit different since they are Mexican bootlegs. They are kind of hard to mess with sometimes, but these are super cool. We were so appreciative of Roberto to send these to us. Ollie has played with these since the moment we got them, and they're really, really cool figures. We love having these in our collection as well. We would love to find a great UFO Grendizer of these figures and add him to our collection. And I know Roberto's talked about that as well, but I'm not even sure if they make one. But anyways, these guys are really, really cool. We love having them in our collection as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to have a few final thoughts and wrap up this video. All right, guys, that has been our collection close-up of Ollie's Shogun Warrior figures. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot to process here. This is our collection. I think it's a great collection. We love these quite a bit. Whoops. Golden Shadow just fell down. But this is a really cool collection. It's something we treasure quite a bit. We love it a lot. You coming back here? Okay. Here, bring him over here. We'll put him up back here. We got to get Golden Shadow up here. Anyways. There he goes. So, yeah, we love this collection quite a bit. It's Ollie's collection. Hopefully he keeps it for the rest of his life. Ollie, you want to say anything about these guys?
They're amazing.
They're amazing. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of these guys. If you love Shogun Wars as much as we do, like and subscribe to the page. Hit that notification icon. And in the meantime, guys, what do you say?
Keep living the adventure.
And cheers. Later, guys.